our lives, a year that gave us a year that's I want to talk about the good things, but I also want to talk about the bad things. In fact, the conversation we have next, I would say that this year may have revealed the conditions of our economic security. I think that's what this year has done. Beyond, well, I would say, aside the fact that we've been hopeful, wishful, praying that insecurity drops, this year has shown us that what we say and what we do about what we say may not even be at par. That there's so much said and maybe not equal to what is said being done. 2 days ago, the Senate sat to discuss death penalty for perpetrators and financiers of kidnapping. I don't know whether this should even be a conversation at this point, if we're hearing cases of people being killed. Well, then again, it's also because the death penalty is not something that we as a nation subscribe to. I think we've phased it off for more humane expression of justice. But I guess it's back in the conversations again, and we should talk about that. We should talk about the death penalty for kidnappers. And can I say that there's terrorism and then there's kidnapping. There's terrorism. So apparently, this issue of kidnapping, I know that all over our timelines and the news headlines reporting terrorism, terrorists who both kidnap and also kill. Then there are people who we haven't quite categorized them as terrorists. One, because they are operating in the shadow of the chaos or malfunction or dysfunction of our society to get away with their own version of atrocity, which is no different from those who are terrorizing the state, because their action is a form of terrorism, where you kidnap innocent people and then you demand a ransom. Recently, I wasn't sure if I should have a conversation about it. On X, I came by a number of reports, perspectives, I must add, of a situation where one guy who's always involved in the redemption of those who have kidnapped and the rescue of those who have been kidnapped was said to have done something that may have implicated him. So his name is Harrison. Harrison took it upon himself to spend his spare time and I guess resources to rescue people who've been kidnapped. And so far, the social media reports on his activities have been very rewarding. I mean, it appeared as though one single individual was feeling a gap state security could not fill, which honestly I think is a very interesting revelation this year has shown us, that you have one man decide, okay, I'm going to join in a rescue mission, and has been speaking up front with kidnappers, paying ransoms, and getting people out. And all of us as spectators, both state and those who are governed by the state, just sit down and watch this as though it's a form of entertainment. And I get it. It's like, why isn't the Delta State government doing something about this? Seriously. Or what is it that they are doing that it's a single man who appears to be the front person for redeeming or rescuing people who've been kidnapped? This Imo State. There's this thing about Tiger Bays that needs to be investigated. Why is the governor not doing anything about it? Why does it appear as though the people are on this repetitive, ever outflowing of both rage and disappointment in the state? And I don't know why it appears as though, well, you guys are going to complain and then it's going to die down and then we're on to the next. Because you would think if there was a government in this state, in this area, there is an expected disposition. You will expect them to act a certain kind of way, a certain type of way, to show that they are in charge. Because while you have one person playing hero over here, you have those who are taking advantage of the gaps in society to further wreak havoc on people. I saw a video yesterday out of Tiger Bays, And it was one police. So I thought the Tiger base was even an illegally assembled thing, dealing unjustly with people. Apparently, it's actually a police, which is also why I think we need a little bit of time with that Tiger base story. Okay, but here's the thing: it's a police station. So I saw a video yesterday out of I guess Imo State, and the officer was speaking to kidnappers. Certainly, your guess is right. They were not herdsmen. Spoke to kidnappers, and the press interviewed the kidnappers and asked them questions. When did you get into kidnapping? I should play that audio for you just so that you can hear it for yourself. It just shows you the gap in our society. Okay, so I want us to talk about death penalty. Senate insists on death penalty for perpetrators, financiers of kidnapping. I want to share that information with you and then go to the audio I came by yesterday. I wanted us to also talk briefly about the PDP. Is this the end of the PDP? Are we seeing the curtains close on the People's Democratic Party? Everybody is defecting, including Fubara. When I heard the Fubara story, of course, imagination fails you to truly comprehend what exactly is happening within politics. But, he makes a claim that the PDP isn't quite in full support. They're not giving him enough cover. And for him to be prepared for whatever is coming before him in the future, that the best thing he has now realized to do is to align himself with the ruling party. And please count backwards every name, whether of past governors, present governors, ministers, individuals within that political sphere who have had to cross carpet from one party to the other. There's Atiku himself, there's El Rufai, goodness, there's Fumbara. So, let's talk. We'll talk about that afterwards. Let's just look at this story on what the Senate's about to do. But I want to play you something out of Tiger Base, particularly this Christmas season. You can imagine that before Christmas, we've been talking about kidnappings. I think sometime next week, I want to find out if you would be traveling. But yeah, we can just hold out that conversation until a later moment. Here is a video I found on X. Listen to it. I guess this is supposed to inform you one way or the other. And remember, our topic is Senate insisted on the death penalty. Do you suppose that the death penalty is sufficient? Is that more work that needs to be done? More security personnel on ground? I guess investment within the security fold in itself, because maybe people need to be encouraged to see providing security or service in that area as something honorable, and that the government is also interested not just in the state of affairs of the nation, but in the welfare of the men who bring about security in this country. Because I cannot begin to explain to you the psychological violation that it is that you have people who are supposed to provide security be the ones who violate not just the law, but violate people who they're supposed to protect. 99.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side. We'll hold it to be worthy of note. Second hour, we need to look at Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia has now lifted a ban, partially, on alcohol. Yeah, partial, because you can now drink alcohol in Saudi Arabia if you are rich enough. Not just rich. Enough. It shows you about the power dynamic in the world. I want to know what you think about that. It's like when people say, look at the laws, they're made for the poor, because somehow those who have money can pay their way through, buy their way through, pay someone to write off something or pay someone to write something. It's as though the earth is their portfolio, and what money cannot buy, more money will buy. We're off on a break. We'll be right back. My name's Joyce. Don't go anywhere. Tick, says the clock. What we have to do today is worthy of note.
This is Sunny Side with Joyce, only on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Our inside a kidnapping group, our leader What type of gun do you people use? What type of gun was recovered from you people?
AK-47.
How many?
2.
How long have you been in this business? How long?
I was inside prison yard. I was been in this business over a month ago now. I was inside prison yard since I was from here. I go to prison yard.
No, that's not the question. This kidnapping.
No, see, get it. He was arrested in the past by the police.
Okay.
Arraigned in court, and then he was remanded at the Correctional Service Custodial Center.
Okay.
But somehow he managed to find his way back into the society.
Without being discharged, without being acquainted.
How did you find your way? How did you find your way out from the?
Or jailbreak.
I found my way from court.
Okay.
Now, he was on awaiting trial. Along the line, he was granted bail. He went back home
And started.
and then regrouped. He regrouped, joined a larger syndicate, and then decided to terrorize Imolites by moving into armed robbery and kidnapping.
People, let me ask him this question. How many, see, if you're asked now, like, have you been, how many people don't kidnap? Done it like 20, 10, 15, 100? Like, how many?
The first time.
Wait, hold on, sir. How many people? How many people?
We have kidnapped 2 people.
2.
Yes.
Only 2. So how much will you collect? Ransom now, how much will you collect? And how much be your share?
My share is 600,000
For 1 or for 2?
for that one.
Okay, the second one, uncle.
The second one, I'm not around with the carry the money.
How much ransom did you collect in that?
How much ransom? How much will you collect total?
The money we have collected for that doctor from our mama. What they told me is 4 million.
Now get it.
4 million.
You know kidnapping and armed robbery, they are organized crimes. And every criminal syndicate involved has its own role to play. He played a role in executing the kidnapping. And the share given to him
Was 600,000.
600,000 naira. That is what you can say. So we are intensifying efforts to apprehend other of his accomplices at large.
So,
and is here on a valid court order.
Okay.
On a valid court order, which we are going to still show to the public.
Okay. Let me ask you now. Now, when you police now, having escaped the first time from court, how do you feel? How are you feeling now that now you are back to police custody again?
Please,
Kidnapping, is it good? That's what he's asking. Is it a good business?
it's not a good business. Kidnapping is not a good business. Armed is not a good business. But if the government can give me
Kelechi Ugo. Kelechi. The magistrate where that campaign need to be investigated.
Come this way.
I will tell you. The judge, whoever, need to be investigated.
Good morning. Can you see me very well?
They are our colleagues.
What am I putting on? Police uniform. Okay, did I touch you?
No.
Did I intimidate you? No. Did anybody intimidate you? No. Did anybody torture you?
No.
I know why I'm asking that question. So please.
Tell us, look at what you will do. Tell us your name, where you are from, and what brought you to Tiger Base.
Okay, my name is Solomon Adibema. I'm from Imo State in Java. What brought me here is that someone shoots my brother, and the Tiger Base is working good, and they are investigating to get those people. Since I was here, they are checking to get those people, and they are working very well on it.
So guys, were you arrested though? I don't get
I was
it.
arrested, yes. Sir.
Why were you arrested?
To call those people so that they will investigate it very well.
You know them?
Can you explain the case, Oga, please?
Sir, please explain. We are not getting what
This
he
is a
said.
case of brother that involved his own brother.
Himself?
Yes. They said they want to fortify themselves.
Okay.
This time in the courts. So they took one guy from their village that took them to the native doctor. So whereby they are in the process of
Shooting the Odeoshi.
the thing involved his brother.
Died?
Yes.
Okay.
He now went home.
Okay.
To go and break the news. Even though he didn't tell everything. It's what we do the interrogation. He now
Confessed.
What we are saying.
Okay. He's an accomplice now.
Boy, you are. I think you are here by like 5 days or 6 days now.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever seen where police torture anybody to compensate them?
No, sir.
Have you ever seen where they kill anybody, brought
No,
people
sir.
over yourself
No, sir.
and kill somebody?
No, sir.
You can see.
He is here on a valid court order.
Okay.
Please help you get the court order so that we
maybe
can
I need to ask him this question. So why did you go to fortify yourself? You want to go into armed robbery, or you want to go into kidnapping? Because there must be motive, very negative motive behind it. Why did you go to fortify yourself to go do Odeoshi?
The reason why that we go there is to protect ourselves. I don't know. I can't involve.
Protect yourself over what? Are you fighting a civil war?
No.
Why? The
reason why we do it is to protect ourselves. Because I'm the only
Gentlemen of the press, on behalf of the gentlemen of the press, human rights organization, civil society group,
Okay.
on behalf.
I want to stop that commentary because from here on, the officer speaks on the perception around Tiger Bays. And I don't want to discuss that just yet because I would love for a day to discuss it where we can also sample particularly experiences or accounts of those persons who have had both the courage and the nerve to make videos, post on social media. It does quite appear that an investigation, a thorough investigation, needs to be carried out. It's not enough that a person is asking, did we beat you? Did we torture you? Did you see us sell any organ? No, it has to be investigated. So that's on one part. And now, please, can I also mention, if you know or have any story around Tiger Bays, I would love to hear it. Because I think whatever is happening there, I mean, of course, needs to be investigated. And if it's something illegal, or if there's an illegality under the cover of state, then it should be dismantled. It truly should be. Okay, so we're here, and then let me share with you what senators are saying. They say, I guess this is a decisive move on their part. In the spate of insecurity nationwide, senators on Wednesday last week extensively debated and proposed amendment to the 2022 Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act. According to them, they're insisting on proscribing the death penalty for kidnappers and anyone who knowingly assists, facilitates, supports kidnapping operations. The upper chamber also unanimously agreed to the proposals that would authorize law enforcement agencies to dismantle kidnapping networks by enabling stronger enforcement as well as placing kidnapping under the terrorism framework anywhere in the Federation. Why is this happening now? Isn't this a little too late? Well, maybe better late than never. Telephone number 0201-2770-993, 0201-465-7190. And on WhatsApp, if you're outside the country and you'd like to call in, 08095975805. This is plus all the kidnap stories you have heard, whether they're happening in the West, in the East, in the North, in the South, in the Middle Belt. Yep. Kidnappings. Over the weekend, I tried bookmarking reports of kidnappings. I could bore you to sleep with the list of or the headlines that have reported kidnappings in the last few days. And imagine how frequently we have been discussing kidnapping in this country. Well, last week, the Senate decides, okay, let's move, or at least let's act like we're moving. December 4th, they say the death penalty for anyone who supports knowingly, who gives assistance, who facilitates kidnapping in this country, and that kidnapping should be placed under the terrorism framework anywhere in the Federation. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Where the Sun Rises. We'll go off on a very short break and we'll be right back. My name's Joyce. We're 99.3. This is Nigeria Info. Don't go anywhere.
If it's power, we question it. If it's policy, we break it down. And if it's propaganda, we cut right through it. Every story, every voice, every fact under the spotlight. Because Nigerians don't need noise, they need clarity. So if you're tired of spin and ready for sense, welcome.
I'm Mariana Cone, and this is Hard Facts.
Nigeria Info 99.3. Let's talk. the spotlight because Nigerians don't need noise, they need clarity. So if you're tired of spin and ready for sense, welcome.
I'm Mariana Cone, and this is Hard Facts.
Nigeria Info 99.3. Let's talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
We're here, 99.3 Nigeria Info. And you are with me. Welcome to Nigeria Info. Good afternoon to you. Welcome. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Joyce.
Welcome. Thank you for being here. Tell us your name. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Boyesin calling from Afromedia. Let me just tell you that I have some friends from Imo State, Owerri to be precise. So many things, so many ugly news about that tiger base. So what that officer is just saying, or what the package is just, to me, it's just a window dressing. So many stories, so many ugly stories have been going on. So many things, especially the ones that have been explained. I mean, that people have found out. So it's not just coming to the press and say this, that, did we talk to this? So many things are going on there, and as I'm saying it, I'm not just saying it for saying sake. So it's good that this news came out now. So they need to be investigated. That station, that tiger base, where they need to be investigated.
Okay.
So yes, I'm very sure of what I'm saying.
Okay.
So thank you very much, Joyce.
What do you think about the death penalty?
That one, forget this Senate, Joe. That side, they will say different thing. They will do a different thing. Nobody takes them serious now. I don't take them serious. Joyce, I'm saying that. And most Nigerians don't take them serious. So they call them rubber stamps, and they keep on being that rubber stamp. So whatever the president said, that's what they would do. So that's why whatever they do anything, nobody cares. My dear sister, nobody cares. Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling me. I do appreciate. Nigerians, do you share the same sentiment? And don't we have a bigger problem if we all say we don't care and we hear every day reports of kidnappings and the killings of innocent Nigerians? I mean, that innocent Nigerian is your neighbor. Maybe it's you. We'll go off on a break. When we come back, look what we have to deal with today on Worthy of Note on the sunny side. We're 99.3. This is Nigeria Info.
Suspended because they've been engaging in anti-party activities. Withdrawing police details from VVIP people. The news, conversation, information, and discussion. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
It's 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock.
The news update on 99.3 Nigeria Info. 99.3 Nigeria Info. I am Buluwati Fe, Jegede with the news. Lagos State government says 4 environmental officers were injured when hoodlums attacked them during an enforcement operation. The officials were at a restaurant in Victoria Island, which had been sealed for illegal wastewater discharge. Commissioner Tokumbo Wahab says the restaurant broke the government seal and unleashed armed thugs. The supervisor has been arrested and the facility resealed. Wahab warns that attacking government officers will lead to prosecution and immediate sealing of premises. Nobel laureate Wole Soyinka has criticized the large armed security escort attached to President Tinubu's son, Sheyi. Soyinka said the heavily armed team he saw at an Ikoyi hotel looked like a film set. He described it as an alarming misuse of privilege and a poor reflection of Nigeria's security priorities. He said even called the National Security Advisor to question the heavy deployment. And the executive director of Nigeria's Wole Soyinka Center for Investigative Journalism says poor governance is crippling the impact of investigative reporting. Motunrayo Alaka gave the warning at the center's 20th anniversary awards in Lagos. She stated that despite exposés leading to some action, the lives of ordinary Nigerians haven't improved because the system itself is broken. At the event, writer Odia Ofemon and retired Justice Ayo Salami were honored with lifetime awards. Some Southwest leaders have endorsed state police and the death penalty for kidnappers. The resolution from Southwest Security Stakeholders Summit said a coordinated approach is necessary to tackle the severe insecurity and banditry confronting the region. The communique also called for a total ban on open grazing and the strengthening of local security operatives' welfare. And finally, fighting between Thailand and Cambodia has entered a third day, forcing over 500,000 people to flee. Cross-border shelling and air raids are ongoing, with both sides blaming each other for restarting the clashes. Thai officials say more than 400,000 people have been evacuated, while Cambodia reports over 100,000 displaced. At least 13 soldiers and civilians have been killed this week. That ends the news. If you have a news tip for us, you can call us on 014657175. Thank you so much for staying with us. I am Boluwatife. Jagade the Sunny Side with Joyce continues.
If news is your quest, or gist your request, well, somewhere over your rainbows.
Over your rainbow!
Is the Sunny Side.
They better know it!
With Joyce. Let's talk. Look where we're at. A very beautiful Wednesday afternoon to you. The death penalty for kidnappers. Let's get your reaction on the matter. The Sunny Side, Nigeria info. So good to have you be a part of our afternoon.
Good afternoon, Joyce.
Welcome.
Hello?
Tell us your name. You can go ahead.
My name is Robert.
Welcome,
I'm
Rob.
calling you from Ottawa.
Good to have you.
Joyce, I want us to discuss the issue you brought online. I would have said, if not for that, I would have said that I think of recent, the president pardoned kidnappers, armed robbers, and whatever. You understand? So, but let me not go there anyway. The issue you brought, let us discuss it. Are you sure this law is going to work? You know, it is very easy to make law, but to execute it is another issue. Okay, now, I want to ask, the execution warrant or the death warrant, who is going to sign it? Is it the governor or the president? Because we have seen situations where people are being killed, you know, and when it got to, when they pass judgment on them that, okay, they should be killed or they should face the hangman, it is difficult to sign that paper. So if the Senate make the law, that's why I ask, is it going to be possible? That is one. Secondly, this country that we are, Joyce, we have the southern part and the northern part. The law that is operational in the north is different from what they operate here. So, like, for example, now, if you talk about rape, what is term rape in the south? It's different from what the term is in that side. We have different, the way law operates in Nigeria. How is it going to work, this law that these women are passing?
I mean, you're asking serious questions that only the Senate can answer. But I think if it's passed into law, it has to be the governors to sign, for sure.
Because if I am in their chamber, these are questions that I will ask them. Osinachi, I think the woman died, right? And her husband was sentenced to death, something like that. Though I'm not a supporter of so, but I think it's only one governor that have signed that warrant in Nigeria in this dispensation. I think Oshomole or something like that. I can't remember. If the Senate pass the law, this man is a kidnapper. The law says
I believe the governors will have to sign. I mean, there's no other way around it. It's the only outcome that the governors sign it.
And Joyce, don't forget that most of these financials are not poor people. Though. If you convict the financials, okay, you maybe this kind of artist, trace to somebody who is wealthy. We know the list, those who are sponsoring them, and they trace them. Will they be able, will the governor be able to say, okay, this man that is wealthy?
That's a very necessary question. In fact, that is
we
the actual question.
We have a long way to go in this country.
I do appreciate you calling in, really. That's a very good question.
Thank you very much.
I do appreciate that. Thank you. The Sunny Side, welcome to Nigeria Info. We hold it to be worthy of note. Is it noteworthy that the Senate thinks the death penalty for anyone and all persons involved in kidnapping?
Good afternoon, Lady Joyce.
Good afternoon. It's so good to have you join our conversation.
Yeah, how are you today?
I'm healthy and grateful. Thank you. Welcome.
Yeah, we really miss you. I've not heard on you for a long time.
Oh, I've been here, so I guess, it's so good to have you here, but I've always been here. At least I've been here since holidays, since my last holiday.
Okay. Yeah. This is Barrister Peter Oku, and I'm calling from Mende, Maryland.
Thank you for calling me.
Yeah. Just on this issue of the Senate trying to pass a law against terrorism.
Mm-hmm.
Look, Lady Joyce, I call it a law. The name I give to it is nothing other than political grandstanding, and hypocrisy. Because this terrorism has been going on for a very long time. It is now the senators are waking up. It's like they have been living in another country, not Nigeria. All of a sudden, they are waking up. And passing a law against a death sentence against terrorism is not the enforcement. We did enforce it because why I'm saying it is that the senators themselves, even the Senate president, is guilty of it. Yes, he has been terrorizing Lady Senator
Natasha.
What's her name? Yes. Last week, yes, she was supposed to travel abroad, and the Senate president ordered her passport to be seized because they don't want her to travel out. What do you call that?
Was it last week? I think it was a few weeks ago, not last week specifically. About a few weeks ago.
Yeah, maybe about 2 weeks ago, but recently, So I'm saying that is complete hypocrisy and political grandstanding. What of Mubarak, the governor of that River State, that was made to jump ship to APC? Is that not terrorism? He was a more or less a prisoner of conscience. It's political terrorism that is going on. It's not just the issue of kidnapping by hoodlums. The government itself.
You have broadened, sir. You have broadened the definition, and I think I understand your import. But unfortunately, they're not discussing the abuse of power or the arbitrary use of power. They're discussing the actual nature of taking a person against their own will. I kind of get your import, but the definition with them isn't quite broad.
The Joyce is not the definition. It's the general definition of terrorism. You can terrorize somebody by kidnapping physically and by kidnapping the person's conscience. Once you force somebody to act contrary to his or her opinion, it's terrorism. Yes. God bless you.
Thank you for calling me. I do appreciate. You're listening to The Sunny Side. You're on Nigeria Info. Good afternoon to you, and thank you so much for being here. Welcome.
Hi, Lady J. Good afternoon
to you. Thank you for being here.
This is Oboli. Welcome on the show, Lady J.
Oh, well, thank you.
Banditry, terrorism.
And death sentence.
They want to start giving death penalty. What happened all this while? Why didn't they think of it? Are they trying to massage our ego? Because for all I care, it's just paper talk. When I say they're trying to massage our ego, is it not the person you catch as a terrorist? And then you come to display them and are they spirits It's not the people you catch, you now say you want to put death penalty on. Since the inception of terrorism, even the financiers and those who are directly involved in this act, Lady J, how many have been paraded? How many have been caught? How many have been brought to account? The last time Boala was on the show with Mayor, he said, because they use Starlinks, they can't be traced. And I laughed at that incongruous and ridiculous statement. You want to put death penalty on who? Spirits? We see them display their, whatever it is they do, their negativity all over social media. They have NIN, they have BVN, they have everything they used to collect transfers from. And they are always moving freely. Lady J, if you catch a terrorist now, then you want to put death penalty, maybe by electrocution or the hangman's news, fine. But the person you say is at large, that is untraceable, that you cannot lay your hands on because it's a spirit or a ghost. But if I see anything now, they will know the address of my house. How do you catch such people? How do you now tell them to come and account or atone for their sins and tell them to come and face the death penalty? Because I'm waiting. All this balderdash, this bullshit talk, sorry to use that word on your show, Lady J, but all this talk has never been masked with words. The only thing you hear is we will, we shall, we will do, we will. And at the end of the day, it will amount to nothing. For once in the life of the Senate and those at the helm of affairs in this country, can you simply match your words with action? The names that have been given, what has been done to it. Terrorist financiers are the same thing as terrorists because they aid and abet those who are terrorists. They are not walking in the cloud, neither are they walking in the moon. They are here with us, daily breathing, eating and living with us. Give me 5, parade them, and bring them to account, and I know you are serious. But until then, tell them to get the hell out of our newspaper headlines and even our news front because they are not making sense. Good afternoon, Lady J.
That was quite a rant. And I think Nigerians really are just particularly tired of the drama that plays out in politics. Sometimes I think that the script almost suggests that the Nigerian who is now forced to be a spectator in his own redemption or in the quality of his life or the factors that inform his life, the script nearly suggests that you're not smart enough to truly understand the invisible hand, whether it's the knowledge of the presence of an invisible hand, or whether it is an actual poor demonstration of the drama, or poor dramatization of the drama script. I don't know why it does because if you look at the kind of conversations we have every day, one is forced to wonder, does the government think we don't have sense, or are they used to us sitting down and taking whatever we're told? Sometimes you want to inject some faith into the way things happen, and maybe that's why I come to work every day, to believe that maybe today would be different than yesterday was. And yesterday the Senate said, well, not yesterday, you kind of know what I mean. The Senate thought, well, let's do something serious, like kill the people who go kidnapping, extorting, financing, supporting in any way or form kidnapping in this country. It is crazy. I just played you an audio out of Imo State. This morning I was going through the Sahara, one of the legacy news media, and they're reporting that intelligence report exposes kidnapping bandit syndicate across northern Nigeria. This cannot be new to the intelligence or security unit in this country. This was published December 8th. This is not supposed to be news in this country. But here we are. It does quite appear that every time we discuss it, as though it's not only news, it's new. Well, let's talk. Nigeria Info, you're on the sunny side. My name's Joyce. How are you?
Yes, good afternoon. This is Diplomatic Bureau from Victoria Island.
Thank you. So good to have you be a part of our show this afternoon.
Thank you very much. There's an update from my place that says, if someone who hides something joins you to seek for that thing, it will be very, very difficult to get that thing. Do you believe that?
Yes, by the logic of the statement, absolutely.
Good. So, for the fact that the people around us are part of this terrorism and this kidnapping exercise, it is very, very difficult to seek those people out. There is one simple question I keep asking. If about 120 students were taken from a school with bike, does those bikes fuel their tanks in the bush, in the forest? Do they have fuel station in the forest? Where do they get fuel to fuel their tank? They live in the town. They are within the town. The government of those states knows about it. All those who are claiming to be innocent, they are part of it. They share from it. And that is why it is very, very difficult. If we are truly serious to fight terrorism in this country, let everybody get at it. Then we can successfully fight insecurity. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you so much for calling me. I do appreciate the sunny side. Good afternoon to you, and thank you for being here. Sir, I lost you. Hopefully you're able to make it back. We're Nigeria Info. My name is Joyce, and we're live streaming on YouTube. Nigeria Info FM on YouTube. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon. Welcome. Tell us your name. You can go ahead.
This is Wale calling from Marebo.
Go ahead, please.
My take on this matter, as I can remember, the question you asked was that, do we support the Senate resolution on the kidnapping issue? I support the death penalty issue, sentence. But I prefer life sentence. I prefer life sentence. If not for the corruption in the judiciary and in the correctional centers, what's the essence of life sentence? It's for you to regret the action you did. To regret it. Hard labor in correctional center. So it's for you to regret. So I prefer life sentence more than even death sentence. So that's my take on that. And can I speak on the tiger-based issue?
Absolutely, please. Yes, you can.
Please, madam, I think Nigerians are one of the problems of ourselves. Whenever we see an institution that is trying to do something right in this country, we always find one or two ways to bring it down. I can remember vividly when the issue of all these Yahoo boys started in Nigeria. There was a police force called NSAS, who was fighting this menace then. Though some of them are overzealous and there are some bad eggs in them. But let us today now, since the day that band was disbanded, today out of 10 young boys between the age of 16 and 25, out of 10, 7 are Yahoo boys today.
Pardon me, you say 7 or what? Pardon me, you say 7 or what? Fraudsters?
Out of 10 Nigerians in Southwest today, 7 out of 10 are into internet forces.
Okay.
Internet scamming. So I've been following this issue of tiger base. These are the people that was fighting kidnapping, fighting armed robbery, fighting organ harvesting in Southeast. And we keep blaming them. Until they now stop now, and they are divided down. And the problem, we have people. We have people again. This was the way they were blaming the security agencies for the death in Southeast. Not only that, it's out of terrorists and the affiliates of ESN and co that are doing it. So let us stop blaming the security agency and people who are trying to fight terrorism, kidnapping, crimes in this country. Let's support them, not bring them down.
I want to ask you a question. Is that okay?
Sir?
Can I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so like the people who spoke up against SARS, or maybe who are speaking up now against Tiger Bays, are reporting something, and there's a similarity in the reports. Whether it was a report against NSARS or the officers who made up the unit, people were reporting about the same thing. And in as much as I think you are holding court for the necessity to have these units in order to curb corruption in society, there were men who made up the units who were exploiting the gap in society and exploiting the innocent, exploiting both innocent Nigerians and criminal Nigerians. So you would see a police officer, he would find a boy guilty, but go behind the back, take money, take a bribe, and release the kid. And then there was the intimidation of innocent people. So I don't think you should dismiss the complaint in order to okay.
Madam, please, these are bad eggs in every institution. They are always bad. Even in America, they are bad eggs. This problem of immigration that the Trump is trying to curb in America. There are officers in America and they are still letting people in from Mexico, from Colombia. So they are bad eggs. What we are advising the government to do is to fish out these bad eggs, not to disband that squad.
Okay, I mean, you have a solid point. We'll just ask Lagos what they think about your opinion, because I think you are raising a very interesting point of view here. Well, Lagos, you heard this caller. I want to believe that there is truth to what he's saying, and he holds quite a position that you may want to debate, justify, or I guess change in some sense, adjust, modulate in some sense. So it's open thought. Pardon me, it's worthy of note this very beautiful Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah, Joyce, good afternoon.
Okay, good. Good to have you. Thank you. Tell us your name. Go ahead.
This is Chris calling from Ikwe.
Welcome, Chris.
Yeah, quick one. The SARS, if they are really doing their job, why would they go at the back of the counter or back of the car and collect money from those boys, exploiting innocent people? All in the name of SARS, they are fighting Yahoo Yahoo or internet fraudsters. No. For the Senate death sentence, it's good. I prefer death sentence to these kidnappers and all these terrorists. Because in the process to kidnap, they kill. You know, Joyce, in the process to kidnap people, they kill at times, right? Then when you say give them life sentence or life jail, one governor will come when they are celebrating one thing, either October 1st or June 12th, the president will give a pardon. They'll go to prison. The CGN of the country will go to prison. Oh, I pardon 500 people. This set of people will let off the hook. What of the families that lose their family members? This morning, you hear some of them, oh, it's good that they go and invade Cameroon, Benin. But in the north, they cannot stop these bandits killing our people just because their people are not involved. Then you are supporting, making excuses for this government. I called Lai Mohammed when they invited the president from Niger and 5 governors to come and support APC in Kano. I asked him, sir, why are you doing this? Only your policy is a game of number. They bring these guys in. Erufai said it now. They make an agreement with them.
Okay.
This is what we'll get from you.
I have to stop you here. I do apologize. I'm due for a break, so thank you so much for calling me. Maybe if you have something left to say, you can call back.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back. It's the season for jollification, and we are kicking off with the Hares Insurance Excite Rewards. Get free fuel vouchers, airtime, electricity tokens, and cable TV subscriptions when you renew any insurance plan from Hares General Insurance. You also get rewarded when you buy any of the following insurance plans: the Flexi or Comprehensive Motor Insurance Plan, travel insurance or home protection plans. Rewards apply to policies with a minimum duration of 6 months. To claim your rewards, simply send an email to wecare@haresgeneralinsurance.com. Protect what you love this season and get rewarded with Hares Insurance Excite Rewards. Visit www.hairsinsurancegroup.com, that is HEIRS, or download the Simple Life mobile app or dial *1100# to get started. Courtesy Hares General Insurance. Terms and conditions apply.
Are you finding it difficult listening to your favorite talk radio Nigeria Info via the mobile app? Come closer. Let me fix that for you. Now, launch the app on your device. Click the 3 lines on the top left corner of the app. Look for settings in the drop-down menu and click on it. Turn on the first option that you see. Make sure you turn on the option that says always use highest quality available audio. Now that you have done that, close the app and relaunch it. Voila! I did it! Well, sorry, you did it. can enjoy your radio anywhere, anytime. Nigeria Info. Let's talk. Welcome to Nigeria Info, where the news sparks conversation.
The Miete Ala Cattle Breeders Association has condemned the sanctions against them.
They are finished. We're like a sour soup waiting for someone to warm up. We have to wake up to the House of Assembly. We have to wake up to the House of Senate.
All this talk about voodoo is nonsense. If I had any authority, I'll fire
The
him.
football team is as bad as the economy of the country.
If you listen to both ends of the argument, whether it's the one where there is a genocide or the one where there's no genocide.
So ever since they have been saying they have been defeating and killing and the rest of them, it's like
What they are just interested in now is who is coming to their party, who is not coming to their party.
So what will call this one now? Chibok 3.0?
This is your space to listen, share, and be heard. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
We're back. 99.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side. This is Chike. He says, in control systems, both stable and unstable systems are stabilized by balance. Well, stabilized for balance by competitors. Oh, Chike, you're speaking about this whole Fumbara defection. Just give me a moment. We'll step into that conversation shortly. Goke says the death sentence for kidnappers is a welcome development. That's if they have the willpower to execute it. The only issue I have is the implications of the innocent ones. As for signing the death warrant, the president, the Senate president, or judge should sign it if the governors don't have the guts. Thank you for writing me. This one says, good afternoon, Joyce. I'm pro-death sentence for kidnappers and terrorists. As for the Tiger Bays, I won't dispute that there has been no ugly events in Imo State, but why is it that they started rolling out videos of suspects and arrests when people started speaking up against their activities? Very good question. A caller here is saying that Nigerians probably have a proclivity to complain as they did during NSARS, disband the SARS unit, and now they're doing the same thing again with Imo State's Tiger Bays, and he thinks the call should be to the government to do something about it. Is it fair if I be the one to say that when the complaints around SARS started, people called on the government to reform SARS? It was the government's failure to reform the unit that led to the protest. Can anybody bear witness to that? That's one. Again, you can see the same pattern with Tiger Bays. People are giving you accounts, telling stories. Those stories could be false, half-truths, misinformation, disinformation. It could be just about anything. Now the government is not doing anything. At least not yet. Now, if this continues and nothing changes, you can understand why people will call for it to be totally dissolved. So if anybody thinks otherwise, I guess I'm just trying to highlight the position of the caller, saying that Nigerians pretty much just ask for the total dissolution of some of the units that we've had in the past, and he thinks there are better approaches or better ways to manage outcomes. So here we are, and discussing, I don't think it's necessary to ask you why the Nigerian doesn't trust the Senate. I don't think it's a necessary question, but maybe I should ask the question because many of you are particularly uninterested with what the Senate is doing. Not because you're not listening to the news or you're not interested in the news, it's that you don't have faith in the Senate, which is quite telling of something. But even worse, it leaves us with how many options or what other options do we have if we don't follow a cause through from start to finish? We're talking on Nigeria Info. Welcome to the show. It's so good to have you be here. Thank you.
Hello, Joyce.
Good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for being here.
Yes, this is Malik speaking.
Welcome, Malik.
Joyce,
Yeah.
the only way we could stop all this rubbish, if we want it to stop in Nigeria, is to elect good people that have good hearts, not God-fearing. We keep saying God should come and do it. God will not do it for any of us. If you like, pray till next 10 years. If you don't put your effort on yourself, it will not work. It is we, the people of Nigeria, that has the power in our hands, not the government itself. Everybody, majority of us are very greedy, selfish, and stingy. That is why when we get to the office, the first thing we think of is to accumulate the wealth to pack the money, pack it enough, pack it to the one that your forefathers that have not eaten will eat in their dead homes or anywhere they are.
Yeah.
So also was saying the death penalty. Choice. If I were the Senate, I would say as long as that sentences you to death, they should match you to that place and kill you immediately. Not anybody to sign. Once the judge said sentence to death, instantly they kill you. Nobody should sign for it, as long as you are guilty. The moment you say they should sign, that is when you now see political allies. This guy has followers, so he will bring vote for you. This, that. Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen, Choice.
Okay.
Look at if a senator could stand and tell you that cows are human beings. Is it the human being you want to kill? You don't finish killing the cows. Is it the human being you want to kill? So the judges who said sentence to death from that place to the firing squad. Boom. No, firing squad is too easy. You die peacefully. They should kill you with better punishment. That when people are seeing it, the pain you're feeling in your eyes will let people not to do that evil things they are doing again. Because when you say rest in peace, you're giving them more power to do bad things. Because you're going to allow them to rest in peace. Don't allow them to rest in peace. That is why you can still see all the intrigues. If somebody could come on TV and say that bandits, your home minister of defense say they are good bandits, and one Sheikh Gumi somewhere telling you that kidnapping is not a crime. Tell me what you expect other people to do. Tell me what you expect other people not to do. So it that lies on we the people. If you know you are tired of what they are doing is bad, Nigeria, election has consequence. By the time you vote the right people, you enjoy a small life. Good afternoon.
Sure. Thank you very much for calling me. I do appreciate the sunny side where Nigeria info. Thank you for being here.
Good afternoon, Joyce.
Afternoon to you. Welcome. Tell us your name. You can go ahead.
It's Emmanuel. I'm speaking to you from Ekpe. I think the government is not serious, making laws, that they should be killed, sentenced to death, might not really solve the problem. What will solve the problem is actions that serve as a deterrent, okay? What is the essence of you making the law there? You are not arresting them, bringing them to book. In fact, 15, 20, 30 years is enough, for a bandit to spend in prison. If 1 or 2, 3 are caught, and then they are sentenced, and then other people go and carry out the same act of kidnapping, and then they are caught, they are prosecuted, and then they are brought to book. You will find out that kidnapping will reduce significantly. So the government not implementing the law to the letter is what we are facing, because even with existing laws, I don't think there is any law, that exonerates kidnapping for now. So those who are kidnapping, for the fact that they are not caught, that is why they are carrying out the act. And especially in the north, I want to advise the government. I hope they won't be master of this craft of kidnapping. Because if you watch the kidnapping of the Boko Haram, of the Chibok girls, what they did then, those people were like people who have experience of kidnapping. Immediately they kidnapped those students. Then they shared them into probably 10, given to one location, 15 to one location, and that kind of kidnapping, has not really happened, except for the fact that the Yasharibu was withdrawn, from the Turkey kidnapping. But if the government does not really move fast, and then tomorrow they still go on to kidnapping these large numbers, and they are sharing them in 2, in 3, in 10. In this case of which the government got 100 release, from this recent kidnapping, it is very, very hard for the government to secure release of any person that is kidnapped. So the government should move fast so that these people will master the craft, and then Nigeria will be in turmoil and chaos in the future. Good afternoon to you.
Really, thank you so much for calling me. I really do appreciate. The Sunny Side Nigeria Info. Good afternoon to you. Welcome. Good to have you here. The Senate and a death penalty for kidnappers.
Good afternoon, Joyce.
Afternoon.
From Testa.
Welcome.
Yeah, making new laws necessary for the society, good, but implementation. Now, if the new law by the Senate is being made in view of the kidnapping by the bandits, Fulani bandits, it's not going to work. The other ethnic groups will support, Hausas in particular will support, Fulani will not support. You remember the militants, when they catch them, they should have been taken to court and persecuted and killed, whatever. But somehow they became repentant and they were sanctified. It teaches something. There's some element of affinity or love for our own. Fulani people will what it. It will work in the southern Nigeria. So they will kill. But of course, they will end up being on death row for life. Because governors will not sign. Why? They are scared that they may sign the death of innocent people. They don't trust the police. George Carlos said that much. He said, I didn't sign because I'm not even sure. The only governor since the current dispensation that has signed execution warrant is Adam Joshua for 2 people. And he read and studied and researched the case before he signed. So if the fear that these police people may just rope in and will sign, so that's it. But whether for this bandit is more than what we think. It's a tribal something. The Fulanis in the bush, not the Fulanis in the town. And by the way, National Security Advisor is a Fulani. But just look at them. It's more complex than we thought. And I know the people in Abuja understand. If it's for them, it's not going to work.
Yeah, but it's not singularly for them, you know. I mean, I get your import.
But so you work. I mean, that's where the rate. Have you ever wondered those hundreds of children where they were kept? Patterns of indomie they eat or golden morn, and then came out and they don't look like ruffled. I'm sure maybe they kept them somewhere where they play football, just to while they wait for the money to come. It's complex.
Okay.
That this current banditry is more than it is deep rooted.
Yeah. Okay. I guess
we're
left.
Okay. Something that the best thing would have been go to wherever they are in the bush, dump them, and reduce the number of people who are carrying guns. Recover those guns and see. Then you now have a small number of people you are dealing with. When it started, everyone said, go and bomb them immediately. The same thing I'm saying. Buhari being a real core Fulani, so we can't bomb our brothers. Now things has expanded. So many young people, so many minors with guns. That's only like they understand. It's a very dangerous situation. But for the southern part of Nigeria, it's going to work. Put them in prison. And somehow they find their way out and put them back.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
99.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side. Okay, so we have, I think we can give this another 10 minutes because we have to go to the Fumbara development. Nigeria Info, you are on the sunny side. Turn off the volume of your radio set.
Hello, can you hear me?
Absolutely. I can. Welcome. Tell me your name.
How are you today?
I'm grateful and happy. Good to have you.
Yes, Emeka is the name from Satellite.
Welcome, Emeka.
Can I ask you a question, DJ?
I don't have all the answers.
Yes, but just attempt answering my question. As highly cerebral as you are, as highly intelligent as you are, with logical acumen endowed,
I don't have
you're
the answer.
gifted. Do you understand Nigeria? Do you understand the contraption called Nigeria?
No, I don't.
Thank you very much. You know why? Because you're not insanely insane. To understand Nigeria, you need to be insanely insane. Why do the Senate have to wait for the U.S. government to raking coals of fire under the bosom for them to now start discussing death penalty for criminals? Think about it. Can you sentence someone you have not apprehended yet? Hello?
I don't know what you want me to say. You know,
cannot,
like,
because-
you're asking me
no,
these questions. I'm trapped in the same limbo as you.
Because all we hear is 100 children have been released. Victims have been released. Where are the kidnappers? Where are those people? This is 21st century. Hello. We have drones. We have technology. Even in the U.S., with ransom payments, suspects kidnappers can be tracked, arrested. How many have been arrested? So look, we have avalanche of laws. We have so many laws. Don't get me wrong about the death penalty. It's supposed to be the ultimate for them. But how sincere are they going to be? Because after enacting the law, the executive comes to play in enforcing that law. So I'm so confused about this country called Nigeria. It's controversial. There's a lot of shenanigans all over the place. And the thing gaslighted everyone to the point that people cannot think outside the box. I don't see any sense of any political will or commitment to tackling this menace. I'm rather more interested in projecting kind of image of a big brother with some kind of strength, military prowess outside the country, while we play politics with the lives of our own people. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here with you.
The whole problem is not about laws. I would have applauded this law, regardless of how the way I see and regard the current Congress or legislature. I see them as court jesters. I mean, a serious bunch. Because there's a whole lot going on in the country that's supposed to checkmate an arm of government. But they have rather decided to stand on the mandate of the executive. So I don't see anything changing. Save we get leaders who are committed, who are patriotic, who are hell-bent on saving this country. Because whether we like it or not, this country is at a cliff drop. We are at the brink of a precipice. Because everywhere, insecurity from the north to the south to the east to the west, look at Lagos Ibadan Expressway now, it's become a death trap. Kidnappers have also, because it's a criminal enterprise that thrives. All you hear, people have been rescued. Where are the perpetrators? Where are the sponsors? The last caller asked a very, very intelligent question. Those children, where were they kept? The rice, Indomie, everything that was being fed them, where were they kept? And we're talking about the penalty. Are you going to execute the spirit? And come to think of how many governors are even willing to ensure that the death penalty is carried out to its fullest. We just make pronouncements. Pronouncements. And like I asked you, sister, if you understand Nigeria, if they explain Nigeria to you now, you understand it. It must be insane. But so far as you are still a sane human being walking this planet Earth, Nigeria remains an enigma. The country is in dire need of a seasoned leader, a captain that can steer the Nigerian state safely onshore. For now, we're heading for hurricane, iceberg, and the rest of them.
Thank you very much for calling Nigeria Info this afternoon. Welcome. You're here with us. Tell us your name. You can go ahead.
Hello, Joyce.
Yeah. Welcome. Tell us your name. Good afternoon to you. Thank you very much for being here.
Good afternoon, John from Oba.
Welcome, John.
Joyce, whether we appropriate or reprobate, the government is not willing to fight insurgency holistically. They are not ready.
Oh, dear.
I remember in the days of the old, where we have this Oyenusi and Co. There were no issues of lacking the death penalty to curb it. Mm-hmm. If you are caught, you are instantly tied to the stake. They are instantly tied to the stake and executed publicly. That is to show you the determination of the government then that they want to erase completely the issue of a menace of a robbery, armed robbery then, when it was just coming up. Why don't they do the same thing? Do they want to tell us that they don't know where their enclave is, where they are residing? They want to tell us, with all the technology instruments at their disposal, they are not just ready. Good afternoon.
I appreciate you calling in. 99.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side. Okay, so I have time, and I'm trying to navigate through time. I'm going to ask you, hold on a moment. I want to believe you're already full aware of this Fumbara development. I want to get your opinion to it. I think we know how politics works in this country. But the penultimate caller spoke about having good leaders. Yeah, that's all talk, hasn't it been? I mean, what's the proof that we have in any sense moved forward with a singular goal of having better leaders? because it does quite appear that when there is a demand on goodness and excellence and people-centered type governance, something happens. We are all witnesses to how the PDP appears to be fracturing before all our eyes. Now, the truth is, when I say fracturing, it seems or it does quite sound as though it's a slow process. But in the last 1 year, I believe, the PDP has gone from the opposition to whatever is left of it right now. You wake up one day, you hear, oh, Atiku's out. You wake up, you hear El Rufai's out. You wake up, you hear this one's out. You hear Osun State Governor's out. Then you wake up, you hear Fumbara. Now, I think the interesting part to the Fumbara development is because of the situation that happened with Fumbara. And let me read what's been reported. 99.3 Nigeria Info. The news here reports that Fumbara, who previously was one of the few remaining governors in the opposition People's Democratic Party, on Tuesday said he had received approval to leave the party. With his defection, Fumbara becomes the latest PDP governor to move to the APC. Confirming his decision at the meeting where he made the announcement, Fumbara said he had visited the president the previous day and that the reason for the visit was not for personal interest, but for state interest consultation. Former governor of Delta State, if you can remind me his name, said the same thing, that, you know, they want to move closer to the center of the power, and that's why they were defecting to the APC. Well, let me finalize the reason Fumbara puts forward. He says, and I quote, "I do not want to make any mistakes this time around. I'm not to step on any landmine anyone is laying for us," end quote. He adds, "We have no protection from the PDP. The most interesting part of the meeting is what you all have been waiting for. We have taken that decision today. We are moving to the APC," end quote. Okay, so there has been rumors that Nigeria is, I don't know, maybe unwittingly crafting out a one-party system in this country. The president has heard it. I guess he's heard it so much, he's had to speak on it. In many quarters, the people who have spoken about that possibility or potentiality have denied it in straight terms. Okay. I hear the Osun State Governor has moved to Accord Party. Of course, there's this new rising party, the ADC. So when it comes to a strong opposition, well, Nigerians, you would have to decide on that. I don't know if you have it. I don't know what you have. I don't know if you have attempted to estimate what you have when it comes to political representation and good leadership. So let's talk. Fumbara is the latest kid on the block. I guess he's counted his ambition. Well, he's estimated his ambition. He's counted his losses. Maybe he has come to comprehend how power works. And power has nothing to do with righteousness. It has nothing to do with ethics. It has nothing to do with morality. And he's probably have had to sacrifice an aspect of himself as a human being or his values. I don't know. He's had to lay something to a grave in order to become the man who says, in the name of politics, I move from the PDP to the APC. We hold it to be worthy of note. Let's talk. That's on your side. Thank you so much for being here.
Good afternoon once again. My name is Robert.
Welcome, Rob.
You see, politics is a game of calculation. You try to know the mindset of your opponent and how to defeat them. That is exactly what the president is doing, you understand? Let me talk about Fubara. You see, Fubara has taken the best decision in his political career, at least for now. Look at Fubara now. The turmoil between him and Wike is a political godfather, so to say. It did not favor him, despite the fact that he was the elected governor of Rivers State. The State of Assembly members were dancing to the tune of Wike. He was a man, he was alone. You understand? Until that state of emergency was declared, either legal or illegal, he stayed at home for 6 months. And now he came back. Look at what he said. He has learned his lesson. And he went straight to Abuja and thanked the president. And look, okay, despite the fact that both parties were settled by the president, they were bringing another problem again. That they now decamp all of them. When Fubara now viewed the whole thing, okay, is it decamping is the problem? Me too, I will also decamp. This APC, let all of us go there. After all, in River State, if I decamp, I will be the head of APC in that state. You understand? And the so-called political godfather, Wike, is neither here or there. It's just a political appointee by the president who can be kicked at any time. President can say, okay, I want to change you as FCC, you can. So it's not a PDP. Okay, it's a PDP, but a factional PDP. It's not in APC. Who is closer to the president now? Ubara, as an APC member. So, the eye that the president will use to look for Ubara will be different from when he's in PDP. It's just off of him, to get calm in that River State. That is why his own case is different from what happened in Delta State. That Obogo, that my governor. You understand? These are the calculations. So I'm happy for him. Let us see the structure of Wikena in River State. We want to see. After all, the meeting that were held, I think 2 days ago, they said Wike was not part of the meeting between Fubara and the president. So he has taken the right decision for now. Thank you very much, Joyce.
Thank you so much for calling me. I do appreciate. Okay, before break, let me give this to you. Hello, welcome, Nigeria Info, not you. Hello, welcome, Nigeria Info. You're on the sunny side.
Hello, good afternoon, George. This will be calling from Ikaja.
Welcome, Obi. I do appreciate you being here.
Okay, George, can I speak on the first edition?
Absolutely. Yes, you can. Please go ahead.
Huh?
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay, I don't want to go the way or that. If you want to talk of death penalty, they should start from Sheikh Ahmed Gumi. What they do to people, whether death penalty will work in this country or not. If they don't do anything to Gumi, they should forget about it. And these extreme penalties, sometimes it works very, very, very negatively. Death of Jesus Christ never stopped the propagation of Christianity. I've been where they were, what they call it, when they used to tie this on the stake and shoot. People still do robbery there. Now, if you put this in death penalty and make it known to these people, I bet you they are going to be more brutal than they are today. Go and mark it. Mark what I'm telling you.
All right.
I'm telling you the gospel truth. And for Fubara, I have nothing to say. Joyce, if dog bites man, it's no news. But if man bites dog, it's news. Thank you very much.
So, pardon me. Wait, what has Fumbara done? He bit a dog?
Fubara's news is no news because we are aware of this. We know he was going to, go to APC. So that is why it's no news.
No, I wasn't. Okay, good. Thank you.
No news, yeah.
Thank you very much. In Lagos, we're looking at time, observing when we have to transition into a break. And then we'll come back on the other side of the party. On the other side of the hour, let's count how many governors are APC governors together.
You are listening to your number one station.
On 101.7 Kids FM or stream online at kidsfm.ng. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at kids.fm.ng for all the fun updates, giveaways, and behind-the-scene moments. Kids FM, let's play!
Let's be honest, this isn't the show for the faint-hearted. We don't do PR here. We do truth. We don't
don't repeat headlines, we interrogate them.
If it's power, we question it. If it's policy, we break it down. And if it's propaganda, we cut right through it. Every story, every voice, every fact under the spotlight. Because Nigerians don't need noise, they need clarity. So if you're tired of spin and ready for sense, welcome.
I'm Mariana Cone, and this is Hard Facts.
Nigeria Info 99.3. Let's talk. We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Ladies and gentlemen, football is back. I'm talking about Cohesion Football, the tournament 2025. It's about to ignite Lagos like nothing you've ever seen. The pitch is calling and the energy is going to be electric. Union Bank Stable at Bode Thomas Surulere, Lagos is going to be transformed into the ultimate battleground for pure football glory on December the 17th and 18th, 2025. This is the 7th edition of the Cohesion Football Tournament, where passion meets purpose, raw talent meets unbreakable teamwork, and the beautiful game unites us all. It's been 7 years straight of this, 7 years of touching lives of young talents at the grassroots level and giving them a means of expression through football, the beautiful game. This time it's going to be 7 times bigger and better. 40 male teams, 8 fierce female squads, 2 days of non-stop action, and 1 champion in each category. Expect silky skills, last-minute drama, and that famous Lagos football vibe that can only be found in Lagos. Yes, from the grassroots warriors to the hidden gems, everyone is going to be coming out to Poch to show what they can do and stake their claim for pride, prestige, and ultimate bragging rights. The venue is Union Bank Stable, Bode Thomas, Surulere, Lagos. The date Tuesday 17th and Wednesday the 18th of December 2025. The gates open at 8 a.m. on each day. Entry is free rather for spectators. Bring your friends, families, and plenty noise with them. Proudly sponsored by Viva Detergent, Firewood Jollof, Harrison Obiefuli Foundation, and Deals Delight. Our official media partners here are Femi and the Gang, Nigeria Info, and Kids FM. Whether you're a diehard football fan, a talent scout, or a lover of the grassroots game, this is the place to be in December. Tag your squad, clear your schedule, and come witness history in the making. Follow Cohesion Football on Instagram. That's Cohesion Football on Instagram to stay updated. Or go to the website www.cohesionafrica.com. For sponsorship and inquiries, call 0814-799-6650. That is 0814-799-6650. Cohesion Football, the youth, the stars, the future.
This is where it all connects.
GPS Owike and Co. are suspended because they've been engaging in anti-party activities. Withdrawing police details from VVIP people.
The news, conversation, information, and discussion. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
It's 2 o'clock. The headline news on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Four Lagos environmental officers have been injured after an alleged hoodlum attack at a restaurant in Victoria Island, while 3 people have died in a rush hour crash in Lagos. Police have arrested 2 suspected traffic robbers around the Ojota Ketu axis. Okay. So, while the last speaker was speaking, I did a head count of APC governors, and I came to a total of about 26. PDP totaling about, I think I got maybe 6, I believe. Let's just try again. 1, 2. So PDP Adamawa, PDP governor in Bauchi State. So that's 2. Hold on. Let's work our eyes through this. Hold on. PDP Oyo State. Okay. PDP Plateau State. That's 4. Taraba, that's 5. And Zamfara, that's 6. Then 26 governors now with the APC. There's one, Kanu State Governor is with the NNPP. Someone is with the Abia State Governor, Labour Party. Okay, Anambra Governor, ABGA. This leaves us with something to calculate, to work with. And I think that conversation we should have Monday. We should have that conversation Monday. Oh, I don't know if you know what this means. or whether you're about to contemplate what this means. So we'll hold out until Monday on this conversation. So you have 36 states. So you take away 26 with the APC, then 6 the PDP. All right, now you know exactly what's happening. But that's for Monday. Monday, because I want to go into something worthy of note. Right now, 5 minutes past 2 p.m., 99.3 Nigeria Info. All right, so what am I about to go into? I know. Thank you. You must please pardon me because I'm working with time. Desmond should be here in about, 20 minutes? So in 20 minutes, I believe we can talk about the world through the lens of those who have tough, staunch laws. Saudi Arabia is in the news. I think I should share with you what the Sharia law says about alcohol. So, on Nigeria Info this afternoon, we're not necessarily discussing the consumption as much as we're discussing the law around it under the Sharia law. Now, Sharia law strictly prohibits the consumption, sale, and production of alcohol for Muslims, viewing it as a major sin due to its intoxicating effects, which are seen as harmful to the mind and body, with punishment prescribed for violations. Now, while the general rule is total prohibition, interpretations allow for trace amounts in food and medicine if it's not from car, which is a source, or car sources, I don't know what that is, and of course if the amount is not intoxicating. So it could be used in flavoring at a 0.5%. I guess that's it for both food and medicine, 0.5%. Otherwise, it's a total prohibition. And then severity of enforcement varies significantly, with some Muslim majority nations fully banning it, while others like Dubai or Jordan have more relaxed laws for tourists, though most Muslims still abstain. So I guess maybe some Muslims who may be regarded as liberals have no reason to abstain. That's not the point. The point is, in Saudi Arabia, the news reports that Saudi is loosening its staunch restrictions on alcohol sale for non-Muslim foreign residents, but only if you earn enough money to qualify. Many practicing Muslims, particularly those in sects that lean more conservatively, abstain from consuming alcohol and other drugs to follow the tenets laid out in the Quran. And here, since Islam is the official state religion in Saudi, the Quran's principles have shaped its laws and social guardrails. Though many like a countrywide ban, you remember that for the longest time, Saudi women were not allowed to drive, right? Until recently. Yeah, it was reversed in recent years. Now, non-Muslims, foreign residents, will be able to purchase alcohol in Saudi Arabia, but only if you make more than $13,300 a month. And this pretty much has opened the floodgates to people who earn about $13,000 a month consuming alcohol in Saudi Arabia. I think it speaks to how liberal many of these social laws, well, this is a religious one, but when it comes to the world, you can see how it can shift depending. Yeah, it can shift depending. Now, if you look at the north of Nigeria, there's still this strict adherence to alcoholism. And then you look at other Arab nations, and I mean, isn't it the same Islam, But yeah, interpretations. I mean, if you have that kind of money, you're allowed to interpret, right? To inject idea that's not too far away from context. Let's talk. I think it's a very interesting one. I think it says the world is going in one direction, a direction that is determined by money. This is no surprise. It's 9 minutes past 2 p.m. and I'd like to get your opinion on this. But I think it makes for that's also the problem, where money determines who makes it and who doesn't. Let's talk. How are you? It's so good to have you here. Good afternoon to you.
Hello. Good afternoon once again. Maruka from Pesta.
Sure.
Saudi Arabia, when they look towards Dubai, UAE, and see the development they are talking about, the Crown Prince wants to move at a pace that will open up Saudi Arabia to the world. So they now want it to be that people who are earning higher, high net worth people, can come to Saudi Arabia and relax, maybe tourism, and be able to buy those drinks in certain elitist clubs. So it's not there on the street, but certain places. So those people can come in and have their party and go.
So, I kind of reference the North. Should the North do the same thing? Like, if you're a rich person and you're non-Muslim, well,
they drink alcohol in the North. They put it in kettle. The politicians, they drink. They drink. Go to even on clubs. Those young outsiders, they drink. They drink in clubs in Abuja. They drink. I did my youth service in Katsina. They drink, but it's not. I mean, they put it in the kettle. So you come in, you think they do. It's for poor people. Sharia is for poor people. You understand? But these people, they are opening up. For the world, they are trying to host the World Cup, hosting. So you make Saudi Arabia not when you remember Saudi Arabia, what you think is head being chopped off, or receiving. So they're trying to develop the economy.
Can we do the same thing? Is it even possible? I'd like for Muslims to speak on this. Like, if you have other Arab nations who are they're modifying their culture. I guess they're not necessarily changing the religion; they're just modifying approach.
Joyce, there was a time we debated this thing, and I told you the problem of Nigeria is not Sharia. The problem is that they are chopping in quote money that these young people, young Hausas or young Fulanis, when they go to school, open up those of them that have been trained in UK, they don't even cover themselves. Because the religion is in the mind. It's not outward expression. They begin to understand.
All right.
But if they stay in that cocoon and ballooned up, they won't. It's not the problem. It's development.
Okay. Thank you.
Develop it. You have the empowerment. Thank you. So that's
okay. So someone is asking if I was ignoring WhatsApp. Oh, absolutely not. I'm certainly not ignoring WhatsApp. I just do apologize. I may not have seen your message given the amount of messages that I tend to receive on the show. I sincerely do apologize. Hey, how are you?
Good afternoon.
Welcome. Good afternoon to you.
My name is Robert.
Welcome, Rob.
Joyce, you can only hide something for a while. In the long run, the team must come out. You understand? So those guys that call it themselves whatever, they drink liquor in the secret. You understand? But now they want to legalize it. They want to bring it to the open. I think Saudi Arabia is the headquarters of the Muslim in the world. That is where they go for Hajj.
Mm-hmm.
Abi?
Yeah.
So if they can abrogate the law of alcoholism, who is that person in Nigeria here that will say he will not shark? That's the point you understand. So I urge our brothers to continue to shark. They should take liquor. Their headquarters have spoken. Apart from that, Joyce, even in Nigeria here, the money we realize from alcohol, they are sharing it, but they ban it in their states. If you go to Zafara now, if you take alcohol there, the penalty is there. And some other states in that place there. How long shall they continue to pretend? But for now, their headquarters have spoken. So I urge our Muslim brother, they should shark. They should take alcohol. Thank you very much.
I don't think you should encourage, I encourage them taking alcohol. I honestly don't think. It's that there is an approach to the religion this side of the map, and then there's a way the religion is approached the other way. It's far more liberal over there. Hi, how are you?
Hello.
Yes, welcome to Nigeria Info. Turn off the volume of your radio set. Can you do that?
Yeah, this is the one of Podogolu. You see, Joyce, I don't know why we keep on pretending. In Quran, there is something like alcohol. It is there in the Quran. It is there in the Bible.
Are you sure about the Quran one?
I
don't think you were certain
Quran.
about that.
English Quran, the one I can understand very well. I read it and it was.
What did it say? What did you read? Because the Quran prohibits alcohol.
I cannot quote because I didn't.
Yeah, then maybe you shouldn't reference it if you can't quote it, because now I'm asking you your reference and you say you can't quite quote it. You're not armed.
I can't quote it, but it was there because we argue on it.
Yeah, it's there, but it's prohibited. It's called filth from Satan's handiwork. That's harsh.
Oh, okay, but it is there, Sha. But for you to tell me you are not eating mushroom, but if you see mushroom, you go there and be smelling it. What? How can you convince me that?
So wait. To be fair on Saudi, it's for visitors. It's for, well, if you're a non-Muslim, well, we can't bind you by the laws, but if you have money, we'll sell you alcohol. That sounds very bent.
Oh, okay, but if I produce alcohol and make profit in it, and government tax me, and the government now distribute the money to you, and you collect it and eat it, you are swearing to yourself.
And that's a moral question. Maybe this is not a moral conversation.
Let me land. If I want to be a Christian, I will be a Christian to the core, and I will stand by the truth and nothing but the truth. Then if I want to be a Muslim, I will be a Muslim and stand on it, nothing but the truth. So the Nigerian Muslims, they are not telling themselves the truth. They always cover the truth with blankets and be telling you the opposite side. Why are you behaving like and you use? I don't know. I
think this is where we must allow for interpretations. I guess this is where interpretations permit behavior.
Can they allow themselves to be interpreted? Can they allow themselves for other people that know than them and interpret it for them? They will not allow. They will stand and say we know everything in total. Why they don't know anything? How many of them?
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm with you.
How many of them that practice Muslim in this country that read Quran? None of them even have Quran in their house.
Well, that's not the point.
They will tell you that prophet do this, prophet do that, and for that reason you will not do that. You will not do that, and if you do that, they catch you. They will do the person. Why they themselves do not read it and find out why the prophet says so? What prompts him to say that in that particular area?
Okay.
What really happened? They will not do
I
it.
think you
But
need
they
a
will cover everything up and start
you need a co-debater.
problem, giving us stress in the country. The problem we have here is not the Christian, but it's the Muslim. Why are we having problem with them?
No. You don't have. Excuse me. You don't have problems with Muslims. You don't have. I mean, you've been in Lagos how long? You don't have a problem with Muslims. You don't. You may have.
They didn't.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. If they read the Bible,
excuse me.
Quran.
Excuse me.
Yes.
You don't have problems with Muslims. I mean, that's why you're still in Lagos, right? And that's why you're still in your neighborhood, because the Muslims in your neighborhood are still tolerant. Excuse me. Are still tolerant. Oh dear. Hello. Afternoon, if you can hear me, that is. Hello. How are you?
Hello, good afternoon, Joyce.
Welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, this is the Merchant Man.
Good to have you, Merchant Man.
Yeah. I think just like you said on your commentary, the world is heading towards one direction. The other day, I had the benefit of knowledge of the Prince of Saudi going to meet Donald Trump, and they had some chat. That was in the heat of debate about the validity of the claim of Christian genocide in Nigeria. I think his going to the White House was of a reason. And after that visitation, really more the congressman came to Nigeria for fact-finding mission. I think some people in the guise of religion have actually caused us to stay so behind. There was a question you asked the last caller. You said something when he said some people always show abhorrence to taking of alcohol, yet they benefit from the proceeds. So to say, in my place, that an old man who does not eat the rat, but he chooses to share the meat for the children with his teeth. That input you made, I think there is appendage to morality when you talk of religion. But if that your religion is one that is so carefree about morality, I think I don't want to use the word in my head, but what will be the essence of that religion when morality has been thrown to the caution, or the caution has been thrown to the wind? If you have a religion that force people to die, or you believe some part of your religion makes a pronouncement of harsh attitude to your fellow human beings.
You know those Saudi guys are not dying, right? I don't know what you're talking about. You know those Dubai guys are not dying. These are people who have come to create a kingdom on earth for themselves. They're not dying.
But there is this postulation that when you even
they barely work
on the course of maybe fighting for the so-called God, that you have benefit of having some amount of virgins. So it's part of it. But my input on this particular issue is, I think the world is moving on a monotonous direction. In spite of the fact that people who claim they want to keep us behind have continued to mess all of us up in the name of religion. Because the alcohol we are talking about has to be a thing of choice based on individual basis.
No, it can't be choice if you're speaking on religion, because here there are tenets, right? And so this religion is saying, well, don't do alcohol. So you cannot tell them how their religion should operate. The only thing we're sampling here is the fact that Saudi pretty much as the headquarters, or I'll say like a holy ground for the religion, appears to be somewhat flexible, which pretty much suggests that there is room for flexibility.
The truth is, looking at the unfolding of events in the last few weeks and months,
I have to let other people speak. If you can wrap up your thoughts real quick.
That's what I want to do, my sister. The reason we see ourselves where we see ourselves today is as a result of a country that's purportedly known as a secular state that has two different rules that keeps them. One is for the poor and one is for the rich. And one is for the north and one is for the south. So there is nothing like a secular state. We have a pure caliphate influenced government of Nigeria. We can't say we are running a constitution that has influence on secularity of our thought and our idea.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.